Hey, it's time to add some graphics to our game. Let's implement a method named load. It will return a promise which would resolve after all the requested assets are ready. Promises in JavaScript are providing a .then method which accepts the callback to be run after the promise is resolved. For now, I'll just load a background image that I got from craftpics.net. Now let's use the image class, which will allow us to define the onload callback, which will be run after the image is loaded. Let's also create an object in which we will keep the loaded assets. So when the background image is loaded, I want to save it in the assets object. Setting the src field makes the image start loading. The default here comes from the fact that I used require instead of ES6 import. And finally, in our onload callback, we call the resolve function. Let's show this background in the game. For now, it will just work as a simple div element with some CSS rules. Can you see the mistake here? I will fix it in a moment. And now we need to add the background to the game container. Let's fix the mistake. Instead of background src in background image, I should use this asset's background src. Now we can see the background, but it covered the game, so let's use z-index to change that. Cool, I think we have this part done. Now I'd like to load an image for our player. But first, let's create a common method to load any image. It will take two arguments. The first one will be an asset name, and the other one will be the src. It will load the image from the given source, and then call a common callback, which will check if everything is ready. For that, I will use an object named toLoad, in which I will set a field by name argument and remove it when it's loaded. So when there are no more fields in the toLoad object, I will know all the assets are ready and call resolve. Because load image is not an arrow function, then these assets inside it would not work, so I need to assign these assets to an asset variable. As I said earlier, after any image is loaded, I'd like to call a check to see if everything's ready now. On any load, we'll first delete a field of given asset name from toLoad object, and then see if there are any fields left. Instead of comparing the length with 0, we can just check for its negation. And if it's true, then we can resolve the promise given by the load method. Now let's load an image for our player. Cool, it's much easier. As we have our asset ready, let's use it in the player draw method. For that, let's call the drawImage method provided to us by the canvas context. As the first argument, it takes the image instance, then the xy of the destination point, and then width and height. Now, because our image has a different width and height, let's replace size with proper variables. Now it looks much better. Let's just hide the old player's background. Great. That's it. See you in the next episode.